Oh my goodness, we have made it.
I cannot believe it. We're in December.
Man, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yote kwa jumla.
Yes. Let's do that mpenzi mtazamaji ulianza kusema.
Mpenzi mtazamaji, tuko hapa studio. We are here in the studio up here in Aquatocha,
right next to Kennesaw.
Yes. And Kennesaw, we have a big mountain that sometimes we go hiking.
But not in the winter.
Not in the winter.
Yes. Here tunaachia nyinyi watu wenye
at least.
Yes, at least.
Keep choge.
Happy New Year, my sister.
Happy New Year.
I know we have not figured it yet. We have a few hours.
Yes, we're doing
before you
countdown.
Countdown, yes. Not time out.
Yes.
But kuna our peoples in Australia wamefika. Wametangulia niliona waki-countdown siku na fireworks but niliona waki-countdown.
Yep. Alafu watu wa Kenya, they are almost there. I think they have about an hour and a half.
An hour and a half?
Yes.
Na sisi we have like 8, how many? 10 more.
About 10 more hours. So we got time.
We got time. We said we must make sure we round off this year as we had promised to do.
Yes. Because I remember in my vision board for this year, I said we are going to record 3 podcasts before the end of the year. And so this is our 3rd one. So
we have really pushed ourselves in between life, in between sicknesses, in between family, in between work.
Yes.
In between travel.
I know, because for myself, I usually brag that I have the health of a bull. But guess what? Something happened. I got this Homa.
Homa in English is what?
I got a cold. And I was like, a friend of mine, or rather my family, were making fun of me. They said I may have gotten the Omarion or the Omicron. But I'm glad that I'm feeling better right now. Yes, it was
because you can kind of tell the differences in the symptoms with a regular cold and if you got Omicron, right?
Yes.
You can tell the difference. It's not the same for both of those. So you can tell when your body is feeling type of
so I feel so much better.
Thank God. Otherwise, this would not have happened.
Yeah, but it takes actually getting sick to appreciate good health.
To appreciate good health, right?
Yes.
What else does it take losing to appreciate good things? Cold water without hot water.
Oh, cold water. Losing loved ones.
Yes.
No
electricity.
No.
The other day it was storming so hard and the lights flickered and went off and I was sitting in darkness and I said to myself, oh my gosh, I don't even know where candles are in this house.
That's when you start looking at your phone and thinking, have I charged it? Do I have enough?
That's the first thing you do. You don't even think about if the food go bad.
Do I have enough charge?
Is my phone charged? I need to get out of here or whatever. Yeah. But I didn't even know where the candles were. Which when we were growing up, you always knew where the supplies were.
Yeah, mine are over there in that corner. Niko nayo. It's over on top of the fridge.
Me, I need to step up my game.
You should have an escape plan.
An escape plan. Yes. Girl, this is I think we'll call this the looking back, right?
Yes.
Because we have done so much this year.
Oh my goodness.
That it didn't start out like this. I was looking back through my pictures to kind of see. For me, pictures tell me what I've done this year.
Yeah.
And I was looking back my pictures and I was like, oh my gosh, I have done a lot more than I have given myself credit.
You have done so much, Dan. I was looking at you, just even being there for people's events, doing this MCing, and even just being the one who creates flyers for people's events. And I just think you've done immense things. You've done immensely well.
The funny thing is, I thank you for that. But the funny thing is, when you're doing it, it does not feel comfortable. It does not feel nice. It just feels like, oh, another thing to do.
Yeah.
But I remember the beginning of 21, one of the things that I had a goal for was consistency. I said this will be my year for consistency. Every year, at the end of the year when we do a fasting and a prayer, I always sit down and write something that I hope for the coming year. And we'll talk about that. I don't know if you have yours, but yeah, I might. But one of them was consistency. Does it mean I succeeded successfully, excellently, no. But I did things that I can say. I was consistent in saying yes.
Mm-hmm.
Even us doing this podcast, it's so crazy because when you said it, it was totally a
It
joke.
was almost like, yeah, it was a joke.
It
It was a joke. And when our visionistas or the other sisters were like, oh yeah, you guys need to do it. And I was like, are they people serious? They really, are they?
Because
Do they
we're
really
always
think?
joking, right? We
Yes.
are always joking when we are in our group of friends.
Yes. And then one day, I think it was in September, you saw something on Amazon and you're like, oh, let's get this
I'm
equipment.
actually buying it.
Yeah, you're like,
let's
yeah,
do
let's,
it.
yeah. And I was like, wow, okay, why not?
You know, the funny thing is, when I was buying it, I thought you'd say no. I thought you'd back out and be like, yeah, because I've had that where people will be like, come on, let's do something. And they were like, yeah, no. But I thought if I buy it, then you would have a choice.
No. I was like, you know what, maybe this is, sometimes, like, if I need, like, you're the motivator, right? I'm like, I just need that extra push, get the equipment, all I need to do is talk. And it's not as simple as talking. Even though I love to talk, but you gotta.
When you're put on the spot,
When you're put on the spot, you're like, okay, what are we talking about again? I have to make sense.
I remember the graduation of our friend Mary, and I was just simply calling you to hold the mic for me. You're like, oh my gosh, she's calling me to speak.
I was like, oh my goodness.
And I knew you would have that reaction. I knew it. If I told her, Deborah, come and say something, you'd have told me no. I'm not coming here.
What?
I'm like, just come and hold the mic. But it's funny when you're not on the spot, you can talk 100 miles away.
Just knowing that I'm on the spot is like that. I'm in the limelight. Just kind of makes me feel.
And maybe 2022 will go on video.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
But you know what? I do want to thank you this year for giving me a great, great gift. You gave me a push that I needed to jumpstart. I've always done things throughout the years, kind of just, but there's a confidence that has come with this year because you gifted me the gift of being in Gina Darrow's class, which is not Double Your Life. I read something about
Design Your Life.
Design Your Life. I read something she sent this morning about Double Your Life. And
is that the next thing?
Yeah, it's already got.
Good.
She has something in between, by the way. Anyway, but you gave me the gift of Design Your Life, which has turned out to be one of the biggest blessings. And we were talking about it in March.
Yeah.
And it went by so quickly. We learned so much. Part of the reason why we even started this is because we've got that push and that oomph to be like, you gotta do this. If you're saying you're doing stuff, pick those old habits and let's do this.
Yep, and just have faith and know that you have the tool, you have everything in front of you to make any world that you desire possible for you. So, yeah.
All right. So, there's a couple of things I want you to, and we'll sprinkle this in and out there. So, I'll ask a couple of questions that you'll answer and I'll answer.
Ooh.
And the first one is,
where's the cheat sheet?
There's no cheat sheet. You have to say it from deep down in the heart. We'll see how much you have done. Okay. What has 2021 taught you?
Okay, 2021 has taught me that faith and fear do not live together. They don't coexist. So I just have to be a woman of faith and just kick fear aside. And it's not an easy process because some of these habits I've had for 40 years. So it's just constantly reminding myself that I'm a child of God. He loves me. He has me in the palm of His hands, and there's nothing to fear.
Nothing to fear. What has 2021 taught me? Just do it. Like the Nike commercials, just get up and do it. Must it be perfect? No. Are there people who are talking and not doing it? Yes. But if you decide to just get up, whatever that it is, whatever it is, whether it is getting up and walking, will you always succeed? No. You may walk 2 times this week, you may not walk again next week.
I know that's a good one, Diana.
Right? But it's just like, just get out there and do it. A lot of the things that I'm looking back and seeing that I have accomplished, whether it is this podcast, whether it is doing any emceeing, whether it is doing Facebook Lunch Fridays with Mary, Dr. Mary, it's just been like, just, you feel like doing it all the time? No, but just get up and do it. You would be surprised by how much more you accomplish, because this is what you do. First, you're like, oh my God, get over the fear. Okay, then you get over the fear. Then you're like, oh my God, I need to write it down so I know what I'm doing. Okay, write it down. And then it comes time for actually doing it, and it's like, I don't know, let me.
Yeah, and it's like we are always looking for that motivation, but at times it's just, you just have to get up and do it. You're right. You're right.
Because there's always, this is one of the secrets I learned also in 2021 about procrastination. The reason we procrastinate is not because we don't want to do the thing, it's the feeling we are trying to avoid. Like if you think, oh my God, this is going to be hard, I don't want to feel those butterflies, I don't want to feel that anxiety, that's what we're trying to avoid. Most of us, yellow, happy-go-lucky people who don't want to think about this.
Yeah, don't stress me out, I don't want to
stress me out. But if you just get up and do it, for example, somebody has been calling you to do something, you don't want to do it, so it brings up those feelings of, not again. Why do I have to? But then the moment you just be like, let me get it over and done with, there's a sense of relief of, oh my, then you stop procrastinating. Yeah. Because I found out one of my fears was that procrastination that led to poverty. It's one of the symptoms. The reason why we are not thinking and growing great. The reason why we are not expanding this outside our territories. The reason why we are not living the very best of lives that we can is fear, which is caused by procrastination, which is caused by all these things that they were trying to
and it causes us to settle. It's like we're everything I have, it's good enough for me. Yeah, I'm just content. But why are you content? It's because you're kind of lazy. You don't want to desire anything more than you have.
Okay, wait. You brought up a point. As mothers, as spouses, as wives, as women who are working, we really are not lazy.
We are not.
We are not lazy naturally, because you get up, you have to feed the kids, you have to take them to school, you do it whether you want. We are not lazy, but we allow that comfortability.
Yeah, because we don't want to shake the tree. We just we want just the routine. Don't
autopilot.
Autopilot. Yeah.
Just get up and just do the bare minimum and don't go beyond. Yeah. And you'll be surprised what's beyond that.
Yeah.
That point that you don't want to cross.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So
that's deep.
That's deep. We have learned a lot in 2020. We have learned how to think a lot in 21, right?
Yes.
It's not just about talking. It's about thinking and doing. All right. Question 2. What are you going to shed in 2021 that you will not take with you in 2020? What are you going to shed? What are you going to? And while you think about it, I can answer mine.
Yeah, you answer.
So, I am trying really hard to shed habits. Bad habits. All this procrastination I'm talking about, all the being consistent but not putting in that extra effort to go the extra mile. Shedding any negativity. If I don't want to answer the phone, I don't want to answer the phone. If depending on my mood, because sometimes if you do that, you don't give the very best of yourself at that moment. Maybe you're just giving bits and pieces of yourself. And there's nothing more than being present in a conversation, in the moment. That's when you live your fullest, right?
Yeah.
So I'm shedding all that negativity. I'm doing my spring cleaning for some of my Facebook friends. I don't know why I feel so strongly about this. I feel very strongly about this. I have, 700 or 900 friends. And I always tell this to you. But when you put something as simple as Merry Christmas, everybody, or Happy New Year, you get 50 replies or 50 likes or 100. What are the other 600 people doing?
659 people.
Yes.
You're being cut off in the next 7 hours. You have 7 hours to respond and say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
To my page. It doesn't.
You are hereby being deleted.
You know what? And it doesn't mean that I don't. I will not speak to you when I see you out there. It doesn't mean that I will not acknowledge you, or it doesn't mean I will not learn something from you if I see you out there. What it means is that I am not benefiting anything from our relationship.
Yeah.
And I feel like that I will not delete people who, even if you don't wish me Happy New Year, but you're posting things that are making me grow. I'll take that.
So you're valuing. It's about valuable relationships.
Yes. Like it has to get to that. I can't have if I had 700 people who are my friends, and then 600 wished me Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'll take it. I'll say the other 100. It was
maybe they were on vacation, right? They were offline.
Yes. Do you know there's some people who even deactivated their accounts or took me off their list and I didn't know. It's only when I was going through, they're like, oh, this has been deactivated. I'm like, why are we still friends?
Delete.
Because a lot of people have left social media or whatever the case might be. So I feel like trimming down the list it's just like spreading your heart.
It's a good thing to do. I need to do that too.
But I feel like you should teach me something through your life, through your interactions with others, through you learn sometimes a lot from smaller groups and so much. Why?
It's not about the quantity; it's about the quality.
The quality.
Yeah.
Why are we keeping all those people around?
Part of growing up is just knowing that the difference between quantity and quality. It's not about the number of likes.
Yeah.
What do they like? What are they liking?
Yeah.
What is the substance behind
because
it?
Let me tell you, for example, Anne Gusene, you both know her. She's always posting a script every morning. She's always posting something that I know helps me throughout the day.
Yeah.
Will she say to me Happy New Year? She will write to me on my personal text message or whatever. So okay, we keep in touch. But on Facebook, she may not say a lot or make a lot of noise, but what she posts is making me grow on a day. I'll take that. But I cannot have a gap of 600 people who are doing that. How now?
I know. I hear you.
So, are you doing any sprinkling? That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying.
Then you have my number. I'm deleting you from my Facebook list.
There'll be one
number.
KaleeChics left since you give them mics and everything.
You know what? Am I doing a big spring cleaning this year? Not
you did it in the past.
I've done it.
And why?
And I did it because I think I had over 3,000 Facebook friends or 2,000 something. And then I got hacked.
You got hacked?
Yes, somebody cloned my Facebook.
Huh.
And actually, it was Joad Mwangi who sent me a message saying, all those friends you have on Facebook, are they really your friends?
I'll take it once class.
I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? Some of these people are really not my friends.
Right.
And so
you're not out here trying to be a celeb.
Yes, that was my first cleaning. I was like, okay, I went in there and I just chopped. I'm like, if I don't know you, a lot of times, because we've been away from home for a long time. So a lot of times when, if somebody tries to friend you and maybe they're from the same village, like where we are from, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe this is a cousin or a distant relative. So there are years there where I was just accepting. But you never know. I could have been accepting people who did not have the right intentions. So now I'm not really accepting people just because.
Just because they have to be your value.
Yeah, I'm intentionally like looking at, okay, do I really know you? Are you really my friend? As in, are you gonna take advantage of me? Yeah.
So me, so that was mine. You've stolen mine. So me, I'm shedding some friends. I'm leaving them in 21. And if you're truly a friend, I mean, I must learn something. It just can't be a stagnant relationship. I don't know. I'm over the stagnantness.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what I'm shedding. So what are you shedding?
So myself, I'm just shedding toxicity.
Oh.
And
that's a big one. Do you know when people deal with that?
Yeah.
Just toxicity.
Yeah. I'm just like, if it's not a good feeling, then I'm just leaving.
It's all in the feeling.
Yeah. What else am I shedding? Yeah. I'm just
toxicity is a big one. So even if you try the whole year,
yes, because I mean it's like you have to. I just have to constantly, do the affirmations and just stick to the good habits that I've learned in 2021 and hope for growth.
So it's like you are putting in so much work to try and build yourself and grow yourself.
Yeah.
And for you to allow toxicity to come in and still keep you putting down the list.
And not like getting rid of all the pressures. We have so much pressure as women,
Mothers,
mothers,
career women.
Yes, even at work, everywhere
Society.
we go, there's always pressure. So I'm just kind of letting go of all that pressure and just being present as I am every day, and that's just.
Okay, so this brings up a good point because I thought about asking you this, but now it has come full circle when you mentioned the shedding and the getting rid of it. So you did a big chop this year. You literally went and just chopped off your golden locks, if that's what they call them. I don't know what they call them in Canada. Golden locks in Kikale.
Golden. I think you mean hair. So sume.
Sume. Yeah. So here, that's our word for the day. Sume.
Yeah.
But there is a significance in things that you do like that. Why did you go for the big chop?
So I went to wash my hair, and then I felt this sudden urge to just get rid of it.
But this is your first time to be washing your hair.
No. Because the hair was long.
Your hair is
long.
I mean, if you know how me, I'm trying to grow my hair here, and for you to just okay.
Yes. So I told Lisa, who's my hairdresser, I said, Lisa, please chop it off. And she's like, what?
Oh, you're washing your hair in the salon?
Yes. I said, I think I need a short hair. And she said, are you sure? I said, yes, I'm sure. And she chopped it off.
Your hair was shoulder length.
Yes, and I was telling my coworkers, and I went to work there the next week. Everybody was asking about it, and I said, I just felt the need to get rid of baggage. I felt light. I felt like it just made me lighter.
Lighter.
Yes.
And you can't explain it sometimes because it's just
I can't explain it. Yes. Because I'm like, sometimes we hold on. We give hair so much power. Yeah. I am not my hair.
I am not my hair. India, is it India?
India. Yes.
Or was it the fact that you wanted? Or is it the fact that you wanted to chill with the big boys? They said, "Let me see how this thing goes, huh? Let me see how this thing goes." So that's what you ended up doing, yeah?
Yes.
You are not chilling with the big boys.
So now I'm chilling with the big boys.
But then you look fabulous.
Thank you.
I love. And
thank you. And it's so easy to deal with.
I think she put some color in it, so you still have your reddish, glowish something on it.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. So you shed some hair in 20. You shed some hair in 21.
Yes.
Are you gonna grow it back in 22?
No, I was actually thinking that I would chop it some more.
And make it shorter.
My son has been saying that I probably need to go natural because it still has a perm. So maybe, who knows, I might try that.
But it's very easy for these kids to say that, but the maintenance. You think natural is easy to maintain? I mean, I have mine is natural.
Yeah.
But it's always in break because I just don't have to do it. There's a lot more things to be done aside from here. But that is very symbolic. I remember, I think it was this year, Jada Pinkett Smith slashed all her hair and went bald. And then I saw, she wanted it short, but then I saw her writing something the other day that she got alopecia even with her bald head. So now it looks, she looks like she has, like something's going on with her. So now she has to even go bolder, like the total bald, and she looks fabulous though.
Yeah. And it kind of shows you the looks that you've kind of been hiding, kind of brings out your face.
Yeah.
And, I used to tell myself I want to lose maybe 20 or 30 pounds before I cut my hair. And I'm like, kind of how what you said, just do it.
Just do it.
Like, I've been waiting to do this. Maybe I chop the hair, then lose the weight.
Yeah.
Or,
But it's funny, I chopped mine a few years ago. And for some reason, I felt the need to get permission from my husband. I had to ask him a couple of times. Can I, not can I, but
what do you think?
What do you think? You think I should chop my hair? It's not that I was asking permission, it was just kind of getting his opinion. Like, what do you think if I chop it, whatever. And he said, one day he woke up and said, yes. I said, you said what? He said, yes. I'm like, yeah, me, right, kitty. Straight to the hair lady, and she cut it off. And now it's grown back. And now I'm thinking again, maybe I'll cut it off some more.
You look nice. You look great, regardless.
For me, it's more about less work.
Yeah.
So there's no time, man. 24 hours a day, there's no time to do all that.
We gotta run.
Okay, so that's what you said. Now, 2022. I read this scripture the last day or so, and I think it's in Proverbs 10. It says, "The expectation of the righteous shall not be cut off. The hopes of the righteous shall not be cut off." And that's my thing that I'm using to walk into 22 with. What expectation you must have before they are cut off? You must have some expectations for them to materialize. So, what are your expectations for 22?
My expectations for 22 is abundant. Like, I expect that finances will just flow smoothly.
Like a river.
Like a river, you know.
I'll be your best friend. I'll be visiting you.
Yes, I expect to be a lender and not a borrower. I expect. Yes, I'm expecting greatness for my children, even as they go to school, as they do their different jobs. I expect greatness for them, good health for everybody in my household, and also for me as I embark in my journey going back to school. I expect success.
Wait, come back. You expect what?
Success, so
in what?
As I go back to school.
Hey! I'm already ready for another graduation, by the way.
Will you MC at my graduation?
Yes, I will. And you'll have to speak this time, so I don't know if you're here trying to think it's not gonna come. It's happening. And I'll rewind this tape so that you can play. That is so fabulous, Dave. But what a difference a year makes.
I know, right?
For you to get to this point where you're like, because I remember your last degree they were threatening to take away.
Don't even go there.
But you finished it.
Yes.
And now you're embarking.
Too long.
But you did it, and now you're embarking, and you're not going to take long on this one because now you know better.
Yes.
And you've grown, and you don't have the time to waste anymore.
No, there's no time to waste. We're moving forward.
We are moving forward.
We are moving forward. We have empires to build. How about that for the high school? We have empires to build.
That was your motto in school?
That's our motto for my investment group for my high school.
What's it called? We have
building empires.
Building empires.
Yes. So
can you translate that in Kikale for our Kale viewers?
Kiteje
empires.
Egalushe. I'm wrong. Egalushe. Those are temples. Let me tell you something about this woman called Diana. This girl does not know how to speak Kale, but she has the nerve to come up with complicated translations to ask. She puts me on the spot.
How am I gonna learn?
You're supposed to learn simple things, not empires.
Okay. But see, the thing is, I learned from you. I go teach Chichi. Chichi is my sister. She told me in 22 she wants to learn one new Kale word every day.
So empires. She's gonna learn empires.
Whatever I tell her, she
needs to learn how to build a house first.
The other day,
those are houses.
Yeah, houses.
Build houses first.
The other day I taught her about Lukjan. And she's been walking around talking about Lukjan, like to sweat.
Oh, at what?
Hey, Lukjan, like if you're sweating.
That's what you call that?
Yes. What do you call it in Nini?
Chaotic.
Chaotic.
Yeah.
Oh, ni Lukjan. Hey, Lukjan is you're sweating.
Oh, okay, Lukjan.
Yeah, so I taught her that one, and she's been walking around saying that all day.
Man, she's learned a new word.
I decided to go teach about building empires.
Okay.
Is that what you're doing? That you need to be. This needs to be.
So we are building empires. We don't have any time to waste. We know that all the frequencies are there. We just need to be in the right frequency and step into it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what we need to give to the universe is love, because there's a power of attraction. So we just need to give out what we want is what we are going to get. Yeah.
I read something my cousin sent me this morning, which was very interesting. Usually he sends me long things, and by the time I get to the end of it, I'm already tired. But he sent me something that I thought was very so. He said 2020 was the year of great faith. Because you needed faith to overcome whatever troubles the world was going through at the time. 2021 was the year of great hope. Because now we are hoping that this year we have come from 20, so we hope. And he said 2022 is the year of great love.
Ooh. So some of us we are ready. We're ready.
Yeah, we're ready for it. Like God's love just in abundance.
But sometimes it's easy to say, but sometimes you come into situations where you're supposed to give love, and it's so difficult because you might have a person who is not very lovable.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you'd rather keep them to the wayside, or keep them by the wayside, but that's what love is, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. We have learned better, right?
Yeah.
That it may not be comfortable at the time.
Yes.
It may not be possible at the time, but our job is to keep trying and keep
Yeah.
putting out those good because it is what we get back.
Yes.
You cannot walk around saying, I am love, I am love, I want to love, I want to love if you're not going to
give it. Yeah.
And that applies to everything, even sometimes family members, sometimes spouses, sometimes significant others, sometimes children, sometimes it's very close to you and you don't feel like it.
Yes.
But if you're going to walk out here, and be saying, I'm full of love, I attract love, you must give it out.
You must give it out, and sometimes, oh my gosh, so tough.
It's very tough.
Yeah.
But the greatest book is
love.
Faith, hope, and love.
Yeah. That's in 2 Corinthians.
Ooh, girl.
Chapter 13
Go
and
ahead.
chapter 10.
Go ahead.
One of those.
You know the word. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right. And for me in 2022, apart from the expectations of the righteous shall not be cut off, is I want to hear the audible voice of God. I want God to speak to me. I have realized that a lot of the things we chase after as human beings are probably not what is meant for us. Or we are chasing things that are wasting our time, just like the Israelites did, walking around the desert all the time when they could have just made a straight beeline for the city. But I have realized I just want to hear, walk this way. I want to hear, do this and not that. I want to hear, and I'm putting that as my expectation out there.
And you will surely hear it.
Right, to actually hear it. So that I'm not falling behind trying to chase other people's journey.
Now, don't be scared when you hear it. Diana. Then now you think. I'm so sorry. Like, like in the 10 Commandments where it says Moses, like Diana, get up from your bed.
Like Samuel.
Yeah, because sometimes we expect God to speak in that deep voice. He might not even be speaking like that. He might just like, how do you imagine God speaks though?
It's soft voices, right?
Like what? Like
not this Hollywood stuff you people have been showing us.
In my head, I think he has a deep voice, like a baritone. Diana.
Go there to Deborah's house.
Then he speaks in like King James version. Get thee get thou up from thy bed.
Encore the podcast.
Thou speakest in tongues of men.
Come hither. You're so silly. No, I have.
And then you say, yes, Lord.
Thank you, Lord, forgive her.
Okay,
she knows not what she does.
I'm sorry. I'm going to grow up. In 2022, I will be mature.
No, you will not. The podcast will come to an end if you decide to be mature. If you decide to go that route, you're on your own. Because me, I can. This is where we come to find our laughter sometimes.
Oh my goodness.
But I feel like that we hear God in moments, just everyday moments. Sometimes it will tell you stop and do this. But me, I want to. Sometimes I don't want to have the thing where I'm imagining He's speaking to me. I want to have
you have to know for sure.
For sure, He said, "Go do this." And when you see the results of that thing coming happening, then you know who was speaking to you, and it's not just because that also would take being quiet to all the noise around you. Like for you to hear, because it doesn't come with the Diana, move it. He comes very quietly, and if you don't shut all the noises,
then you might miss them.
I will not be able to. So that's my expectation. I should have written. I wrote that on my wisdom board.
I might steal that one.
But these things we are discussing are things that we put on our vision board that we started with our vision board sisters a couple of years ago. That is seeing how things manifest in our lives. Like the things we look back and see, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. My goals have gone up exponentially this way.
Mhm.
I'm just like, Diana, you are thinking and going great, right? You are living your wildest dream. You are. So I have really stepped up my goals. They kind of scare me a little. But
Yeah.
because the little ones that I loaded last time, they came and they passed and they went schwap.
I know.
So now I'm
So you gotta
out here.
dream even bigger.
Yes,
Dream even bigger.
So,
Yeah.
tarehe tunayo, shule tunayo, graduation
Tunayo.
Dates
Zinakuja,
they're coming.
twasija,
They're
twasija.
coming. So those are the questions I had for you. So do you have any questions for me?
I don't have questions. I just have accolades. I'm just very proud of you.
Oh.
I'm so proud of you. Nasemanga yetu ni abaibai.
Abaibai.
Yeah.
As you are called,
Abaibai. Abaibai meaning I'm so happy.
I am so happy.
Yeah, I'm so happy for you, or to even have met you, and I know that greatness waits you. Mhm.
Thank you, my sister.
So wewe utasikia hiyo sauti, ukisikia uniambie.
The voice says that.
Come and whisper to me so that we can at least grow together.
Yes. So me, I will say for you, because I cannot be outdone, right? You cannot say that and then I just walk away. I have to throw in a little whatever. I am so inspired by what you are doing. You may not always see it, right? But even though you say that I motivate you to come and do this, I actually do it because I know you will be here. Like I can go and talk by myself, blah, 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 and whatever, and nobody cares about that. But when I sit here, there is some joy and some laughter and some energy, even on days when we really don't feel like, it's funny, usually when I do other things, I don't go back and listen. But these ones actually go sit down and listen and just wait for the joke. Where's that jokey part where it came from, that type of thing. But you inspire, not just out there many, but me. You saying you'll go back to school has sparked something in me. I'm like, okay, Lord, speak to me first before I go out here and start trying to figure out what I want to do. But you inspire me to want to keep going, which is sometimes a hard thing to do. Because some days you just want to lay there and be like, I'm not here. I've done a lot, let me just sit here. But then there are days like, okay, but so and so is waiting on you. So and so is waiting on you. So you need to go out here and do what you need to do. So I wish for you courage in 2022.
Oh yes,
that
amen.
You will accomplish that which you started out to do. I wish for you lots. I wish for you abundance, because I'm coming right here. Utakuwa nafungua mlango. I'm coming. Nimesikia abundance iko hapa, so I'm coming.
Abundance is here. Here. Don't worry.
And I wish for you a year of answer prayer, and the Lord will perfect that.
Thank you, Diana.
I'm very proud of you, my sister. I can't believe we did 3 podcasts this year. It is.
You know what? Hey, before we even end, I want to say something. So when I went to Texas, I went to Amarillo and I met up with my grandpa, Naftali Mutwa.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mutwa. Okay, I almost said the Mutua, because Kale has
that's very close to the Kawa. So he taught me a few things.
How old is grandpa?
He's 93 years old. Very smart, very intelligent man. And so he taught me that when you're saying bye, like if, let's say you're with a group of people and you're saying bye to the home, you say seregai, meaning you leave abundance in the home.
Oh, okay.
Seregai. And then instead of saying sere meaning bye, you say agata, meaning I greet you.
Oh.
So you say seregai, agata.
Oh,
so
even when you're leaving.
When you're leaving. Yeah. So I wanted to know that I remember what you said.
Remember what you said.
Yes.
You're a good student.
Yes, I'm a good student.
You're a good student.
Yes.
So before we use that to end the broadcast, I love that actually.
Yeah.
It's better if we change it from Saisere to Seregai.
Yeah.
Because Gai means home, but it's home in your life, home in your community, home in your wherever place you are.
Yeah.
But before we do that, we'd like to really, really thank Pongoy to all that. Thank you, Pongoy Kale.
Yes.
To all of you who have been reaching out to us, for all of you who are listening to us, for all of Deborah's workmates who are always asking when the next podcast is coming. I appreciate them. I appreciate them because they keep us going and challenging us to be better and to do better. Yes. For all our Facebook friends, for all our YouTube listeners, I know I haven't done video. We're doing podcast right now. We'll see where 2022 takes us. But we are very, 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 very super thankful. Ongoing big picture.
Bongwe Big Jock, thank
Big
you.
Jock.
Our people, our
Thank you,
people.
our people who have followed with us. It looks easy. It's not easy to do it, but we are having fun doing it.
Yeah, and it's gonna get better and probably get easier with time.
Remember, on your vision board, as you write it for 2022, and you write down, it's important to write down what you want. But as you write it down, remember to include fun on your vision board. What are you going to do that will be fun this year? Because we keep the times moving.
Yes, and remember that the secret is in the feeling.
In the feeling.
Yes, feel it.
In the feeling.
Be excited about it.
Yeah.
And it shall come to pass.
Thank you for all those who have made our 2021 successful, our Vision Board Sisters, our Faith Masters group from Design Your Life, Coach Jean. You have boosted us immensely, to Eva Wagura, who introduced you to this journey and now has,
Thank you, Eva.
brought all of us full circle, to all our families who have stood by us and encouraged us to keep going. We are so grateful for all of you.
Yes.
May you have, Merry Christmas already passed, but may you have a happy, happy, happy New Year 2022. May all your dreams come true. Wishing you abundance, joy, love,
Peace. And even to those who are struggling in one way or another, just know there is hope.
There's hope.
You just have to get up and do it.
It's a new day, a new year, a new chance.
Yes.
And not just because it's only 22, but because every day is
Yes.
that. Every
Yes.
day is a new day. So as we close out for our podcast, for our inaugural year podcast for 2021, we say
Seregai.
Seregai. And what's the other one?
Agata.
Seregai. Happy New Year, people.
Happy New Year.
Love you.